So do your best to sit tall. And you can let your eyes close. Just relax your gaze. Take your first couple breaths to arrive here. As you exhale, breathe down into the hips. Feel your legs touching the earth. Get grounded in your seat. And as you inhale, grow tall, lengthen through the spine. Breathe lots of space in between the ribs. Breathe lots of space around the heart, into the armpits, the back of the heart, the front of the heart. Keep lengthening up through the throat and the crown. And keep that fullness as you exhale. Roll the shoulders onto the back of the heart. And drop into Ujjayi Pranayama, the gentle tone in the back of the throat. Relax the eyebrows, the cheeks, the jaw. Just imagine that you're fogging a mirror, but keep your lips closed. Let your inhale and exhale be the same length. Same quality. Same effort. Just letting your inhalation be full. And your exhalation be complete. Really push all the air out. And then start to add a tiny pause at the top of the breath, just a gentle moment of linger. And a small pause at the bottom of the breath. Push all the air out. Just a little pause, no struggle. And keep going. Big full inhale and pausing at the top. And completing your exhale, pausing at the bottom. And the next time you inhale, just let it be a natural breath in. And let it go. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. And take this moment to set an intention for your practice, to make an offering or a prayer. And we'll start this morning chanting one Om together. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky, reaching up. And then Oming, hands at your heart. Bow your head to your heart. And release your hands. We'll stay seated, but you can move anything out of your seat. And then cross your shins a little bit tighter so you're more at the shins, and flex the feet, make the feet strong. So hands can go on the knees. We're in a seated cat and cow. So inhale, lifting the heart, roll the shoulders on the back. Exhale, kind of hold onto the legs so you can really lean back and bow in. Just a couple rounds. Inhale, open the heart. Rocking forward on the pelvis. Exhale, bowing in. And for just this warming up, don't think about lifting the chin so much, but more lifting the heart. And then come back to center. Take the arms up to the sky. Inhale. And then side bend. The left hand to the floor. Right arm reaches up and over. Keep the sit bones really anchored. And then big circles with that top arm. Just bend the elbow and think about range of motion in the shoulder. Go the other way. And then exhale, bring both hands to the floor. Pick your belly up and over that leg so it's a little more of a twist. And then walk the hands way out away from you. Keep your feet strong and keep the legs heavy. And then keep the twist as you lift your chest, more of an upright twist. Bring the left hand behind, right hand on your thigh. Big breath into the right and left lungs. And if you like to move your head around a little bit here, just do whatever feels good. Maybe little half circles or just tilting to one side or the other. So gentle twist and just a little movement for the neck. Nice full breath in. Relax your jaw. And unwind back to center. Switch the leg that's in front. And then side bending. Right hand to the floor, left arm up and over. And big circles. Bend the elbow a little bit. Go the other way. And then both hands to the floor, twist your belly up and over that leg. Keep the feet strong, anchor the left hip down, keep it super anchored. And you can walk the hand, maybe one hand walks out or both hands. And keep the twist as you lift your chest, so more of an upright twist. Right hand behind, left hand either on your leg or even fingertips to the floor in front of you. And then any movement you like to do with your neck, a little tilt side to side or look side to side. A little roll around. And then come back to center and onto hands and knees. So we're going to play with the getting really strong in the hands today and kind of hugging the shoulders and wrapping the triceps under. So I want you to spread the fingers nice and wide, push the knuckles down, push the thumb and pointer finger knuckles down, and then bend the elbows just a little. Keep super heavy in the handprints and imagine that you're twisting a jar that's really tight and you kind of wrap the elbows under without letting the hands lift up. So you can kind of do that a few times. Push the thumb and finger down, the elbows bend to the side, and then wrap the elbows towards you. And you can also think about triceps wrapping under. And I like to imagine I'm like gripping the mat and trying to twist a jar that's really tight. So you can play with that a little bit in your cat and cow, or just let this be a little bit of organic movement. Maybe it's big hip circles, kind of whatever little warm-ups your body needs And then make your way to down dog when you're ready. Bent knee down dog. And think about that again with the hands. Spread the fingers, push your thumb and index finger knuckle down. Elbows bend a little wide. And then wrap the triceps under as you push your arms straight. And I really want you to try to feel it in the shoulder and the upper back muscles back here. Step your feet as wide as your mat, but keep the knees bent. And grab the edges of your mat. So it's kind of like this bent knee down dog. Pull your mat apart and away from you. So you're stretching your arms long as you pull your sticky mat wide. Reach your hips up, but keep the knees bent. Squeeze the shoulders on the back of the heart, and you can kind of push the chest towards the floor a little bit more maybe. And then return to normal downward dog, handprints nice and strong. Step your feet back in alignment with the sit bones. And you can take any little wiggles you like here. Maybe bend one knee and the other. Take the hips side to side. Step your feet wide again and walk your hands to your feet and take your bum towards your heels for squat. And just let your fingers kind of walk forward, just any little wiggles you like to do here. It doesn't have to be your most perfect squat. It's kind of warming up. I like to kind of lift one toe and the other, rock side to side. Now keep your ribs nice and close to the thigh as you lift your hips towards a forward fold. It doesn't have to be a full forward fold. I'm just gonna go up and down. So lift the hips up and then back to your squat. And you're just trying to stay tight with the ribs next to the thighs. So kind of up and down, just go at your own pace. Try your best to keep your feet strong. Find to rock a little bit. I like to kind of sway when I get in the forward fold. And then next time you lift your hips, walk your hands forward again, downward dog. Step your feet into alignment under the sit bones. Roll forward to plank. So ripple through the spine. Reach your hips up, round through the low back. Roll through each vertebrae as you come forward to plank. Pause in your plank. Feel really strong. Big inhale. And then bend the knees. Reach the hips up and back. Downward dog. You'll do that a few times. Rolling forward into plank pose. Nice and slow with control. Lots of strength and stability. Inhale. Big stretch. Downward dog. One more. And next time you're in plank pose, stay there. Let the knees come down. 3 chaturanga push-ups. So pushing the floor away as you lower your body towards the floor. And I like to imagine I'm pulling all the muscles up towards the sky as I lower the body down. So work hard to keep the shoulders moving up towards the sky. And then let your belly land. Cobra rolls. Take the hands wide. Inhale, keep the ribs in the body. Again, just kind of like this ripple or this wave. Exhale, rolling down. 2 more. Inhale, spread the toes. Exhale, take your time. We're going to do a few more, this time with a little bit of a twist. So inhale, lift the heart, and then drop your right shoulder to the floor as you exhale. Inhale, lift the heart, drop the left shoulder. So a little bit of a diagonal. And do a couple like that. Try to keep the elbows high and wide. Good, beautiful. And when you feel even, bring your hands back into alignment right next to the ribs. Tuck your toes and push up to down dog. Any way you get there, through a plank pose or hands and knees. Take a breath there. Take a breath to settle. Keep your pelvis neutral as you lift your right leg up to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. Keep the knee and toe pointing down. Bring your heel to your butt. Still keep the knee pointing towards the floor. And then open the hip with control. Keep the ribs in the body. Push that right foot away from you. And then keep the knee bent as you come back to neutral. So your heel's still towards your butt, but you're reaching your knee up as high as you can. As you exhale, bring the right knee to the right armpit into plank pose. Hug it in, try to touch your arm. And then back up, just keep the knee bent. So heel's always towards your butt. Inhale, stretch the knee up to the sky. Exhale, two more of those. Tap your knee to your armpit. Push the floor away. Keep your hips super high. Do one more. Inhale. Exhale, tap your arm. Hold it. And then step your right foot through to a lunge. Whew, let the back knee come down. Scooch it back so you're nice and long in your stride. Inhale, open the heart. You can have your blocks here if you like. And then exhale, lift the back knee. So tuck the toes, lift the back knee, pull the hips back, bend the back knee as you reach the hips up. So inhale, back knee down, open the heart, low lunge. Exhale, lift the hips, bend the back knee, straighten the front leg. One more like that. Back to your lunge, keep the back knee lifted this time. Open up into your twist, right arm up to the sky, inhale. So we're gonna do a little bit of a flow here. So inhale, twist. Exhale, right hand down, back heel down, so it's parallel to the edge of the mat. And the left arm open, so it's more like an open twist. And go between those two shapes. So left hand down, lift the back heel, right arm opens, and just get used to pivoting that back foot. So take your time, go slow, move with your breath, but try to sync the hand coming down with the pivot of the foot. Inhale to open. Exhale to switch. One more cycle. Next time you're in your twist, stay there. Bring the weight into the left hand. Turn all your toes to the right. So you're coming onto the outer edge of that back foot, and the right toes turn the same direction. And you can move this foot around. Side plank with this leg in front. Lift your hips. And then from here, carefully unwind. Step your back foot forward into a squat. So take the feet kind of wide, bum towards the heels, just a little wiggle. So you can stay here in your squat, or you can kind of do that. Lift the hips, forward fold, back to your squat if you like that. So just a couple breaths, your choice. And when you go into that forward fold, if you're doing that, you don't have to straighten the legs all the way. Think more about lifting your hips up. And then we'll step back through a vinyasa. So take your time, step back, lower down, work that arm strength. Inhale, cobra or up dog or sphinx pose, shoulders back, let your heart shine. Down dog, any way you get there. Push your knuckles down. Bend the elbows a little bit and wrap your triceps under you without locking the arms. Left leg up to the sky, knee and toe point down. Bring the heel to your butt, reach the knee a little bit higher. And then open the hip from there. Try to keep the ribs in the body. Keep the heel on your butt, but bring the knee back to neutral, back to pelvis, back to center. So inhale, reach the left knee up. Bend the bottom knee a little, and you'll actually be able to get a little higher with the left knee. Exhale, tap your knee to your tricep on the left side. Inhale, keep your heel nice and close to your butt the whole time. Exhale, plank, tap your knee to your arm. One more. Tap and hold just for an extra breath. And then step it through. Back knee down, low lunge. Scooch the back knee back. Just take your first breath to arrive here. So inhale, low lunge, lift your heart. Exhale, bend the back knee, but lift it up. Straighten the front leg. Two more like that. Inhale, back knee down. Exhale, bow in, straighten the front leg, pull the toes back. And then come forward to your lunge. Keep the back thigh lifted. Right hand down. Open into your twist. Inhale. And then exhale, left hand down, back heel down. Open your right arm. So you can always use a block here or even bring the elbow to the thigh if you want to come back off a little. But what we're playing with is just getting used to rotating the back heel and pivoting on the back foot. And trying to match the arm movement with the foot back there. The next time you're in your twist, stay there. Bring the weight into the right hand, pivot onto the outer edge of the back foot. All your toes turn to the left. Really stamp the left foot down to help. That back leg is super strong and straight. Karate chop the toes down there into the floor. Lift your heart, lift your hips. Side plank. And then a careful unwind back to center. Step your back foot forward into a squat. Let the feet be a little wide. You can use this as a little bit of a rest right here. Relax your face. Maybe roll the shoulders a little bit. Just try to relax the muscles next to the neck. Bring the weight into the hands and lift the hips. So you're kind of in this wide forward fold, not super wide, but about as wide as your mat. Turn the toes forward if they had a little bit of a turnout. Lift and spread the toes. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Bring your right hand to grab the left ankle. Walk your left fingers forward. And you're trying to look under the left armpit. So you can pull with the right arm, try to twist your belly up and over the leg. Push your feet down and stretch your sticky mat wide as you twist. So you can pull with the right arm and push with the left to try to get a little more twist. Big breath in and use the strong belly muscles to help you twist. Come back to center. Inhale. Left fingers forward. Right hand grab. Left hand. Just switch sides. I think I'm getting my right and left mixed up. So left hand pulls on the shin. Get lots of power from behind your ribs down through the legs. And you'll be able to get a little more twist in the upper back. Think about twisting upper back, not low back. Low back and pelvis are stable. You can always have a block under this arm to help you look under. Inhale back to center. Heel toe your feet so they're in line with your sit bones. Lift and spread the toes. Just reintegrate through the legs. Come halfway up on your inhale. Exhale, fold all the way in. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale, open the heart. Take your time. Long, strong legs. Big inhale, open your spine. Exhale, bow all the way in. Let your head drop last. 1 more. Inhale, get expansive and big and bright. Exhale, bow and anchor. Push through the legs. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale, come to standing. Powerful legs lift you up. Stretch the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, hands at the heart. Just pause for a moment. A little micro bend in the knees. Pausing to check in and feel sensation in the body. Notice your breath. Maybe feeling your heartbeat. And feel the air on your skin. We pause so we can practice softening and practice slowing down, receiving, and feeling sensation. Lift and spread the toes. Get ready to balance. So we'll go eagle pose. Actually, we're going to do different arms. So let's do the arms first. Take your right arm up to the sky and spiral your arm bone in towards your face, and then drop the right hand to the back of your heart. And then the left hand, take the left hand out, thumb down, and then slide the back of the hand to your low back, or it can go up closer to the fingers. So maybe you can grab your fingers, maybe not. I can't on this side, but just pushing the hands into the back body as you lift your heart. So bend in the knees. We're going to do eagle legs here. Shift your weight to the left. Pick your right leg up as high as it can go. Squeeze your thighs together. Maybe your toe comes to the floor down here, or maybe you can wrap your toes behind your calf. And if not, you're just hugging in. Squeeze the legs. Breathe into the hands back there, into the back body, the back of the heart. And lean the head back a little bit. Very gently let the arms go. We're going to still balance on the left side. Just give the arms a little bit of a break. Very gently, little roll around. And then warrior 3. So slowly unwind the legs. Kick the right foot back. We'll eventually get into crescent pose, but play with your warrior 3. So arms can go wherever you like, behind you, out to the side, or forward. Bend the front leg super slow, and then eventually step back, crescent pose. Keep that back heel lifted. Take the arms up. Inhale. Just take a moment to arrive here. Nice strong legs, keep the ribs moving back. Play with going a little lower in that front thigh. Can kind of go in and out, just play a little bit with your edge today. From here, twisted lunge, right hand to the floor, left arm opens to the sky, big inhale, powerful legs, squeeze the feet towards each other, outer hips hug in, pull the ribs off the leg and see if you can open the heart just a little more. Both shoulders on the back. Exhale, left hand comes down, back heel down, side angle pose. Your choice, side angle. Fingers can stay on the floor. Elbow can come to the thigh. Or if you like to play with the bind, bringing that left arm under. We kind of worked the shoulders for that a moment ago in that other pose. Or even a half bind, just the top arm wrapping behind. Look down at that front knee. Make sure that shin is nice and solid in your ankle. Your feet are working so hard. Breathe. Beautiful, you guys. Warrior two when you're ready. No rush. Big inhale. Exhale, arrive. Reverse warrior. A little micro bend in that back knee. Lean back. And triangle pose without letting the arms land. So you're just playing with sort of this floating arm. They can really go wherever you want. But nice long spine. Pull the ribs away from the hips. Big breath into that top shoulder. You can let them land now if you need to. And then this top rib pulls towards that top hip. That'll keep the core strong. From here, unwind. So right hand comes down, lift the back heel back to that twisted lunge. And then keep going into that side plank. Pivot all your toes to the left. Lift your hips, lift your heart. Careful unwind, back to your squat. Step your right foot forward, squat. And this time come all the way to your bum for boat pose. So hands behind the thighs to start, and use this to help open your heart. So you can kind of hold the legs to help open your heart, and that's your inhale. The exhale is hands go on the front of the thighs, push the hands and pull the legs. So exhale. Inhale is a little bit of a reset, lift your chest. Exhale, push, pull the belly muscles towards your back. One more, inhale. Exhale, push. Hug your legs towards you as hard as you can. And then grab your knees, do a couple rock and rolls, and back into your squat. And getting into your squat, let that be a rest. So if you need a blanket under your heels, you can do that here. If it doesn't bother you to have the heels lifted, I think that's fine. Roll the shoulders back, nice strong feet, strong ankles, and that'll help the knees. And if you want to do crow pose here, you can get your hands down, shoulder width apart, or even a little bit wider. Play with that sort of gripping, push the knuckles down, thumb and index. Wrap your arms under and see if you can really feel these muscles back here get nice and activated. And you can just start with bringing weight into the hands, doing a little hop, or if you want to balance, breathe is counting your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And vinyasa, nice and slow and controlled, however you get there. your vinyasa. So it could be some cat and cows. You can go into your rest. Actually, let's all meet in child's pose. Really let your forehead land. Relax your neck, so make a pillow with your hands if you need to. And then getting to the top of the mat, however you get there, step, jump, tippy toe, lift and spread the toes. Halfway up, inhale, open the heart. Exhale, folding in. Standing tall, push the legs, reach the arms up, big inhale. Hands at your heart on your exhale. Once again, pause in stillness just to check in. Feel your feet anchored into the earth. Feel tingling vibrations in the body. Feel spaciousness in the brain. And release the hands. So second side, starting with the arms. Left arm up. Spiral that arm right next to your face. And then bend the elbow so the hand's kind of at the back of the heart. And then the right thumb pointed down, and you really do want to think about spiraling this arm bone inward as much as you can as you reach back. So first thing I always notice is the difference in this side than the first side, and that's just something to kind of be curious about, but not trying to be too harsh on yourself over. And then balancing on the right leg, so bending into the legs, shift to the right, left leg's coming up and over, squeeze the thighs, or your toe can tap. Just playing with balance here. Breathe into the back of the heart, so really feel the lungs expand into the hands back there. And again, don't worry if your hands are touching each other. Just push them into your back. See if you can open the heart just a little more. And then let the arms go very, very slowly and gently. Just unwind them. And I like to do this little like internal, external. You can also do some shoulder rolls. Warrior three is coming next, so you're balancing on that right foot. Slowly kick the left leg back. And just play with balance here. So really no big deal if you fall. Eventually bend the right leg and try to land the left toe right where it needs to go for crescent pose. And then if you don't make it, you just adjust. You can take the arms up when you're ready. Keep the ribs pulling back like someone's tickling your belly, but try to go deeper in the legs, deeper in that front thigh. One more breath. And then twisting, left hand to the floor, right arm open, big inhale. Lean back. Exhale, right hand down, pivoting on the outer edge of that back foot. Side angle pose, your variation. So if you had your elbow on the thigh, if you played with the wrapping, wrap your arm under or a half bind. Take a few breaths. Make sure the legs are super powerful because they inform the rest of the body and the rest of the pose. So we always check the feet, strong legs. Calf muscle is pushing forward into the shin. Warrior two when you're ready. Slowly arrive. And again, adjust if you need to. I like to go a little bit longer once I'm here. Reverse warrior, a little micro bend in that back knee. And then triangle pose without the arms for the first bit. So we're just really playing with the strength of the trunk and the mobility of the pelvis without the goal of touching the floor. And then if you like to land, take another breath there. Both shoulders moving onto the back plane of the body. Stretch your legs super long. And then unwinding into that twist. So left hand down, lift the back heel, and then side plank. So both toes turn to the right. Lift your hips as high as you can. Get so strong on that bottom arm. So I'm pushing the index finger thumb down, trying to wrap my tricep and shoulder behind my heart. Slow unwind, step your back foot forward, squat. And back to that boat pose one more time. Hands behind the legs, lift your heart, spread the toes, inhale. Exhale, push and squeeze the legs towards you. Two more, inhale, a little bit of a break, check your posture. Exhale, push. Sometimes it helps to make the SH sound. One more. And then rock and roll. You can come back to that squat and right into a crow pose if you like. Or stay in your squat. And then eventually, nice you guys, getting onto your belly, however you get there. Come up to Sphinx pose, so your elbows are under your shoulders. And I like to kind of hug them in a little bit and then roll them wide so they kind of get locked in place. So push your handprints down, like your whole forearm and hand is your foot, and pull your heart through the arms, but then keep the ribs in the body and stretch through the legs. So it's really hard to do both. Pull the ribs in, stretch through the toes. That tends to round the shoulders. So try to keep the strength of the core and open the heart, the shoulders back. We're going to grab the leg. So take your left arm across, bring that right heel to your butt, and then grabbing the outer edge of the foot or the inner edge if you can. Do inner edge if you can get that. That just helps open the chest a little more. So you can stay upright here on your arm, or you can come down, make a pillow with your hands. Keep this shoulder moving up, whatever you do. And some of you can do a little bit more like a cobra arm, but you really got to pull the ribs in and stretch through the legs. It's kind of a big one. Ribs in, grow that knee longer. Open your heart, so really get this top shoulder back. What your shoulder likes to do is drop forward, but I want you to get this chest opener too, so work hard to get the shoulder behind you. And then to carefully release. Get ready for second side. Pull the ribs in, stretch through the legs. Right arm across, bend the left. Grab the inner edge if you can. And then some of you can even spiral the fingers forward, your elbow points up to the sky. For some reason that's really tricky to cue, but once your brain figures it out, you grab the top of the foot, pull it forward, pull the ribs back, and grow both legs longer. And then trying to push this bottom shoulder From your armpit down to the inner elbow, push down. From the outer elbow to the back of the armpit is more of an upward energy. So inner armpit pushes down, outer armpit pulls up. Co-contraction, you're trying to kind of do both. And that just helps your shoulders stay stable. Okay, unwind, make a pillow with your hands, wiggle out the hips. Nice big breath in. Long breath out. And do that again. Right here is a really good place to let your belly relax. As you breathe, feel it push into the ground. Exhale, let it go. We'll get ready for bow pose. So grab both ankles, bend the knees, grab the ankles. Get the shoulders on the back, little micro bend in the elbows. Pull the ribs into the body. So you imagine you're wearing jeans. You button your pants and zip them up. And then start to kick the feet back and lift the heart. And then if you want a little more, you lift the knees up a little bit. But keep checking in with your jeans. Button your pants, zip them up. Little bend in the elbows, kick back. Think more about your heart lifting rather than your chin. And breathe. And just rest as needed. Come out when you're ready. Wiggle it out. Take another breath there. Take your right knee out to the side, sort of like a half frog. Just let your forehead rest on your hand. So it's sort of like, you know, if you're a belly sleeper, you might sleep like this. And let it be passive, relax. Lift your head and chest. Slide the left arm as far as you can towards me. And the right arm open, so you're kind of unwinding into this twist. Kind of a fun way to get there, I think. 3 long breaths here. If you like to push on this top thigh, kind of push it away, get a little more space in the waist. Big inhale into your belly. Big breath into the lungs. Big breath into the space in the heart on the right side. And then unwinding onto your belly, come back to center. Make a pillow with your hands and rest. And then the left knee out in that half frog. Take a few breaths like this. Breathe your belly into the ground and really let your breath be full right here. So practice breathing into the low belly, the middle belly, and the upper chest and back. And then lifting your chest and head, so you can slide that right arm as far as you can through, and the left arm unwinds, and you end up a little bit more on your back into this twist. And if you need to adjust a little bit once you get there, that's completely okay. And if you liked that pushing on the thigh, get a little more space in your waist here. You can do that again. Relax your jaw, nice big breath in. Long breath out. And this time you'll unwind on your back when you're ready, just carefully and slowly. And just take your first breath in neutral, the pelvis kind of arriving, just feeling the whole back and the whole body supported by the earth. Keep the pelvis and hips really heavy and just start to bend the knees in towards the armpits. Watch out for the hips wanting to roll up just so you can get the knees closer to your armpits. So keep the hips heavy. You can bring the hands to the knees or the shins and kind of push the legs up into the hands. That'll help the pelvis anchor. And then ground the shoulders into the earth, kind of squeeze the legs towards you. So if you like this version, you can stay here. You can also take the legs more into happy baby, bringing the feet more up to the sky. But do that same action where you're pushing the legs into the hands to help ground the pelvis. And you do your best to keep the natural curve in the low back. It's not easy. You can grab lower here if you need to. And then shoulders, plug them back in. Anytime we reach up, they like to unplug. So work hard to ground the shoulders into the earth. And any little wiggles here, if you like to straighten the leg, one leg at a time. Again, keep the pelvis heavy and shoulders plugged in. You can do windshield wiper, any last little kind of settling pose before Shavasana. And then setting yourself up in Shavasana from here. So props if you like, a blanket rolled up under the knees, a blanket over your body, an eye pillow. Really give yourself a little extra care to get super cozy so you can really drop in. And the more you do this, the quicker you can drop in. Take a deep breath in and relax the shoulders, let it go with a long exhale, maybe a little wiggle to let your bones settle. Relax your tongue. Relax the muscles around the eyes. Let the skin on your forehead be smooth. Let your belly be soft, your mind spacious. And settling into stillness. Resting in Shavasana. relax the body, wiggle fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead, take a lazy stretch. Roll the wrists and the ankles. Bend your knees, rest on your side. And come to seated as you're ready, with lots of care and kindness. No rush. I'm sitting tall. Bring both hands to your heart, one hand on top of the other. And just take a moment to honor your efforts for showing up today. Bring your hands together, Anjali Mudra, in front of your heart. May all beings benefit from your yoga practice, and thank you for coming. Namaste.